Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing well. In part 1 and 2 videos, we have discussed the previous questions and solutions of CBSE board examination from the chapter Electricity of grade 10. If you have not watched part 1 and 2, please watch it before going ahead with part 3. Now we can continue the question paper discussion. Now we can move to the first question. First question is, name an instrument that measures electric current in a circuit. Define SI unit of electric current. And second one, what are the following symbols mean in an electric circuit? So two symbols are given here. And third one, draw a closed circuit diagram consisting of 0.5 meter long nichrome wire XY, an ammeter, a voltmeter, 4 cells of 1.5 volt and a plug key. Now we can answer the questions one by one. The first question is, the instrument that measures electric current in a circuit, that is ammeter. And the second part is SI unit of electric current, that is ampere. Also, 1 ampere is constituted by the flow of 1 coulomb of charge per second, that is I is equal to Q by T. Now we can answer the second question. Here we have to identify the two symbols, right? The first one is a variable resistance or a rheostat. And the second one, we can see there is a switch and at the center there is a dot. So the meaning of that is, it is a closed switch or a plug key that is closed. Okay. Now we can answer the third question. Circuit diagram. Here we have a cell that is 1.5 volt each and there are 4 cells connected. So together we can connect it positive, negative like that. Okay. And from the positive side we have to connect to the ammeter positive, and we can see that the nichrome wire is connected in series with the ammeter and in parallel with the voltmeter. So that connection should be always like this, and from the other end we have to connect to key. And then we can see the key and there is no polarity for key, so that we can connect it in between the cell and the voltmeter. So that is the circuit diagram. Now we can move to the next question, that is, what is meant by electric circuit and what is done in order to have a continuous flow of electric charge from a point A to another point B in an electric circuit. Write the relation between coulomb and ampere. The second part is, calculate the number of electrons passing per second through a conductor to produce a current of 1 ampere, and the charge of electron is given as 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. This question is from the year 2015. Now we can answer the question. The electric circuit is a continuous and closed path of an electric current. And in order to keep the continuous flow of electric charge, there should be a potential difference across the circuit. And here the relation between coulomb and ampere is equal to coulomb per second, or I is equal to Q by T. Now we can answer the next question. Here it is a numerical, and here we have to calculate the number of electrons. So that same question we have already discussed in part 1 video. If you have any doubts, you can watch it. And the number of electrons is equal to 1 coulomb by 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, because the charge of 1 electron is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So that number of electrons only we have to calculate. So that value is 0.625 into 10 raised to 19. The next question is from the year 2020. This is a 1 mark question. The question is, a student plots VI graphs for 3 samples of nichrome wire with resistances R1, R2 and R3. Choose from the following the statement that holds true for this graph. Here we can see the graph, which is drawn by taking voltage along x-axis and current along y-axis, and the R1, R2, R3 are marked here. The options are given. R1 is equal to R2 equal to R3, and option B, R1 greater than R2 greater than R3, and option C, R3 greater than R2 greater than R1, and D is R2 greater than R1 greater than R3. Here for getting the correct option, we have to find the values of R1, R2 and R3. How we can calculate from the graph? Here we know that R is equal to V by I, right? So we can find the slope, then the reciprocal of slope will give the values of R1, R2 and R3. Because slope is equal to y by x, that will be I by v. So that we can find the reciprocal, then we will get v by I. So R1, R2 and R3 we can calculate, and from the graph itself we can understand that here R3 is very small, right? Then R1 and R2. So the correct option is option D, that is R2 greater than R1 greater than R3. So R1 is the greater resistance and R3 very small resistance. Now we can move to the next question. Write SI unit of resistivity. The unit of resistivity is ohm meter. The next question is, a bulb cannot be used in place of a resistor to verify Ohm's law. Justify this statement with reason. A bulb works due to the heating effect of its filament, right? So when the temperature of filament increases, what will happen? Its resistance also will increase, so that it cannot be used to verify the Ohm's law. The next question is, why are aluminium and copper metals used for making cooking vessels? Because they are very good conductors of heat and also have high melting points. That is why aluminium and copper metals are used for making cooking vessels. The next question is, mention any two factors on which the resistance of a cylindrical conductor depends. Its resistance depends on its length, area of cross section, the nature of its material and the temperature of the conductor. Here two wires are given, and wire X and Y both are having area of cross section A, and X has a length of L and Y has length 2L, and we have to find which one is having greater resistance and justify your answer. Here Y is having greater resistance because the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor, and here the area of cross section is the same. The question was asked in the year 2013, and today we can conclude the video. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.